Hey guys, it's Melissa here. Today I was guided to talk to you about not quitting and not giving up when you don't see things that you are hoping to manifest come about. We've kind of been on this theme of talking about manifestation and vibration and positivity, but there's a reason for that. I feel like Spirit keeps having me talk to you about it because there are so many of you out there who put intentions out there that there are things you wish to manifest, and then when you don't see it happen, you just start getting discouraged and you start giving up. And when that happens, when you put your intention out there and it doesn't happen right away or it doesn't show up the way you thought it should, you begin to start focusing on the negative, okay? You start thinking about all of the possible reasons it's not happening. You start thinking about all of the reasons it's not going to happen, and that fear creeps in. And when that happens, you begin to focus on the wrong thing. And when you start focusing on the fear and the doubt, that's what you're going to call in. You're going to call in that it's not going to happen because you're focusing on that. If you were to shift your focus, okay, and it's never too late. If you put something out there that you wanted to manifest, but you were focusing on the reasons it might not happen because it could be impossible, let's say, it's not too late to shift your thoughts. All right, so I believe it takes about 60 seconds, I believe is the time for a thought to become a thing. It's in that 60 seconds that you have to get into the habit of catching the thought and erasing it. So let's say that you were hoping to manifest new clients for your business, okay? You want a successful business, you want new clients. And you say to yourself, okay, I want new clients. And then the thought pops into your head, nobody's going to want to pay me. Okay, that pops into your head, right? Now that's a negative thought. It's up to you to catch that and say, rewind, delete. Because if you put that out there that who's going to want to pay me, nobody's going to want to pay me, then nobody's going to want to pay you. Okay, you're putting out a negative energy vibration, and that's what you're attracting back. So it's time for you to start catching those things as you're thinking them and flipping the script. So as you catch yourself saying something negative, you're going to say to yourself, rewind, delete. And then I want you to replace those thoughts with something positive. So if I thought to myself, I'm never going to attract new clients, okay, or nobody's ever going to want to pay me. That's I think what I used before. Nobody's ever going to want to pay me. Rewind, delete. People love paying me for my services. People can't wait to pay me for my services. People are lining up to book sessions with me to pay me for my services. So we flip that script, and now we're getting rid of the negative, and now we're co-creating with the universe, and what we're asking the universe to bring in is what we're focusing on. And we're focusing on the feelings that it would feel like to have that. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic that these people are coming in and can't wait to pay me. I love working with them. Can you just hear the difference in your voice even when you say those things? There's a difference because there's a difference in the way that energy vibrates. Those I can't, I won't, those are very low vibrational, okay? I like to work out a couple of times a week, and I work out at home to Rebecca Louise. She has a whole fitness channel. She has a Burn app, and I love it because she's very positive and very motivational. And she always does her videos at the beach, which I love. She's always in exotic tropical places, and it makes it seem not as painful to have to work out when I'm looking at the blue ocean and the white sand. It's like, okay, I can do this. So I love her motivation that she gives as you're working out, because she'll say to you, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. It's all about mindset. If you don't think you can do it, you're not going to do it. But if you think you can do it, you can do it. And it's true. Any of you that ever work out, if you try to do a plank, so in a plank position, your elbows or arms are on the floor and your feet are holding you up. So it's a difficult hold because you're working your abs, you're working your glutes, you're working your arms, you're working like every part of your body in that. And your weight is actually your resistance because you're trying to hold that weight up and keep your abs still tight and keep your glutes tight. And so for a lot of people, this is a very challenging move. And some people will do a plank challenge. So they start off maybe holding a plank for 20 seconds, and then they do 20 more until you're holding a plank for over a minute. And I remember when we first started doing planks, I did them with someone besides her. We would do them in another exercise class. I remember thinking, like, these are impossible. I hated them, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I couldn't. I had a hard time doing it then. And then when I started working out with her, she would say, okay, so even if you can't hold it the whole time, just try. And she'd say, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. It's all about mindset. And so I thought, okay, well, let's see. It's all about mindset. So I got into the plank position, and then suddenly I started, instead of thinking to myself, I can't do this, I started thinking, I'm doing this. Look at me doing this. I've got this. I'm doing it. My body is going to look amazing. Instead of focusing on the pain that I was feeling or the fact that I felt like I couldn't do it, I started changing the thoughts that were popping into my head to things like, look how amazing my body is going to look after I do this plank. I'm going to look like that. And I've visualized, Rebecca Louise. And of course, she is super buff. I don't look like that. But, that could be a goal for me one day, is to look like that. And when I look back, I see her first videos. She didn't look in her first videos the way she does now. It took time and effort to get to that. She wasn't by any means overweight or heavy or nothing like that. But like now, she's totally ripped. But you can tell the difference is her mindset, right? She is determined to do that. And when she works out with you, it's like she makes you determined to do it. And you don't have to work out hours at a time. Her videos are usually 15 minutes long at the most. And you just do, I have her app, so it's 3 videos in a row. So it's like 30 minutes, which is really nothing. I mean, I used to go to classes for an hour, hour and a half. And I didn't see results like I do now. Because, the classes were fun or whatever, but she actually makes you think about what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. And that's the problem with most of us. We go through life not really knowing or understanding what we're doing and why we're doing it. We go through life on autopilot, and we go in and day out. I get up, I get dressed, I go to work, I do this. But why am I doing it? What's my purpose? And for many of us, we don't have one. We're like, okay, my only purpose is to make money. I go to this job because I want to make money. And that's going to satisfy you for not very long. Yeah, we need money to live, but that's not going to be the thing that really lights up your soul and makes you want to go to work every day. So for those of you who are wishing to manifest things, it's kind of the same thing in that it's a mindset. It's all about, we don't want to keep doing things the same way we did them, right? If I kept doing planks the way I did them before, if I would get into the plank position and go, oh my gosh, I can't do this. This is getting harder. Oh, it's getting harder. I wouldn't last for very long, and I wouldn't be able to stay up in the plank. And in the same way, if I'm going to manifest that way, if I put my intention out there and then go, oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, okay? But if I get into that plank position and I tell myself, I'm going to look amazing. It's going to be amazing. I even know what top I'm going to wear so I can show off my muscles, and I'm going to be so fit. Everyone's going to be jealous. And I start thinking about things like that. And you know what happens when you start doing that? Time flies. Suddenly you realize, like, you've already been holding a plank for over a minute, and you're like, wow, I didn't even realize the time went by that fast. I didn't realize. In the same way, in manifesting, if you are focused on the good, the positive, the here, the now, Don't focus on the future and why you don't have it. Focus on the now and the blessings that you do have. And what I've been saying to myself recently is I just say to myself, the universe is divinely guiding everything on my behalf for my highest good. Everything is going to show up in divine timing. That's what I tell myself. When I start feeling like, oh, why isn't this happening? I just say that to myself. Because number one, it's true. And number two, that's sending a vibration to the universe of, I have faith in you. I trust in you. I know you have a plan. And I'm letting go of the control, the need to know how it's going to work out. I'm just giving that to you. So I say to myself, everything is working out on my behalf, or the universe is divinely guiding everything on my behalf for my highest good in divine timing. It's all working out according to plan. Everything is working out beautifully. Everything will happen in divine timing. Everything is working out. And then I also try to show a little gratitude. I'm so thankful that everything is working out. I'm so thankful that my life is beautifully unfolding. Can you see or hear the difference in the energy between it's not working out and everything is working out beautifully? You can hear it, and I can definitely feel it when I say it. So you need to get into the habit of being conscious of your words and what it is you're saying and what it is you're thinking, because it doesn't even have to come out of your mouth if it's a thought that enters your head. You've got to be conscious about erasing the negative ones and replacing them with the positive. And it's not easy. It's a process. It's a thing you have to get into the practice of doing. It's like a plank. The first time I did one, I could only stay up there for like 15 seconds. And then I was able to stay up for 20 seconds, and then 30, and then 40, until I was over a minute. You've got to practice. When you start shifting, you're going to see more than just the fact that you're manifesting. You're going to see a reduction in the amount of stress that you feel and tension, because you're not worried. You're not worried about the future. You just know that it's all happening for your highest good. And that alleviates some of that stress. You're not looking back to the past. You're just in the here and the now, enjoying what you have and being grateful for it. So if you were feeling like you wanted to give up, and I got this message for someone specifically, there is somebody out there who's thinking of quitting because they haven't seen the intentions they've put out there. They haven't seen what they've wanted to manifest. They haven't seen it come to light. And I'm here to tell you, if there are delays, there are reasons there are delays, okay? Don't let the delay be because you are blocking it with your own thoughts. Don't let that be the reason for the delay, because it will delay you. If you're constantly thinking about how it's not going to happen, you're going to delay your progress. So keep those thoughts positive. If you need to write down in a journal all the thoughts you have during the day, because sometimes we go through the day and we don't even realize the thoughts we have. Have you ever been in the car and all of a sudden you think about one thing and it leads to another thought and it leads to another thought and it leads to another thought, and you think, how did I end up here? I'll do that. A song will come on the radio. I'll think about the artist, which will remind me of a place where I saw this artist, which will then remind me of a different place, which will then remind me of another person. And then suddenly I've been thinking about something totally different, like some crazy topic. And I have to actually go back and retrace my steps of like, how did I end up thinking about that? How did I get from this to that? I've seriously done that before with nonsensical things that didn't really matter. But if you can do that with a topic that doesn't matter, imagine how your mind runs away with a topic that does. It's crazy how the brain works. And like anything else, it's got to be trained. It's Our brains are like, they're trying to protect us. I have posted a couple of different things on Facebook lately about how your brain is wired to remember the negative things and not the positive. And it does so to keep you from doing the negative things again, to try to protect you. But it's not really protecting you, it's hindering you. You have to learn how to train your brain to flip the script from negative to positive. And it's going to take training. I think for every one negative statement, it takes up to 5 to 7 positive comments. So think about that. As many negative things as you tell yourself. When you have a conversation with someone and they actually remind you, hey, you're talking really negatively about yourself, or don't put yourself down. Sometimes it snaps you out of that, like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing it. It was just habit. It's become so natural that I didn't realize I was even doing it. So get into the habit of keeping your thoughts positive. Do not quit. Don't give up. That message is for someone too. Someone needs to hear not to quit. Don't give up. Your dreams are still possible. Whatever you're hoping for, wishing for, if it's for your highest good, the universe is working with you to bring it to you. So don't give up on it. When you start seeing the numbers 1111, it's like you're manifesting. Keep your thoughts positive. And when we're seeing 222, it's like, don't give up on the miracle. It's just around the corner. So always remember that and to keep your thoughts positive. I wanted to pull one card for you today, and it is from the Heart Thoughts deck by Louise Hay. And it says, I create wonderful new beliefs for myself. My consciousness is now being filled with positive thought patterns that contribute to my health, wealth, and loving relationships. And guys, it will. If you keep those thoughts positive, it will positively affect every part of your life. So just be aware of what it is you're thinking, how often you're thinking it. Try to flip that script. And if you need help learning how to do that, you can enroll in my course, A Purposeful Pilgrimage. I teach you how to do that. That's one of the components. You can enroll in my 5-day self-love challenge, where it's totally free. You'll get an email a day for 5 days with tools teaching you how to try to flip that script about yourself. I have some new guided meditations on my website. You can go and check those out. And remember, if you haven't already subscribed to my website, when you do, you get a free morning and evening meditation from me. If you need to work with me, you know that you've had this negative thought pattern and you need help changing it, book a session with me. I can help you. All right, guys. Well, I love you all, and I'm so thankful that you listen. If you like this podcast, please leave stars on iTunes or a review. Share it with others so that they can I can't find my words today, so that they can find it and you can help them as well. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to stop by my Facebook page and like my page. You can also join me during my Facebook Lives every Tuesday at 7. Take care, guys. I will see you later. Bye-bye.